Okay, hi Esther. Good to see
Hi,
you.
Arathi. Good to see you too.
I'm so happy
All
you
the way from
could.
the Netherlands.
Yes. Hello from Netherlands. Absolutely. I can't wait to introduce you, but we're going to wait a little bit so that when people start joining us. So, hi everyone, whoever's on this call right now, please sign in and let us know you're here. Say hello, tell us where you're from. So I have a special guest here today, and I will be introducing her once people start coming on. So it's Esther van der
Hi,
Wal
guys.
from the Netherlands. So, and she has a treat for everybody today. So please, sign in, say hello, tell us where you're from so we can acknowledge you. And this is going to be a really interactive session, right, Esther? We're going to make it very interactive and so it should be fun. So
Everybody can join and ask questions maybe later. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too.
In the middle of the night for me. It's 2:00 at my place.
Yeah, I am so thrilled that you could join us today and do this, for our audience here. I think it'll be greatly appreciated. You've sat up. What is it, 2:00 in the morning for you in the Netherlands?
Yeah, it's in the middle of the night, so I stood up especially for this, and I'm so
Yes,
grateful that I can join you all.
Yeah.
So grateful.
Yeah. Well, we are, extremely grateful that you have joined. So, we'll give it a few more minutes, maybe another couple of minutes, and then we can get started.
Yeah, can take our time.
Yeah. It takes a while for people, especially because, it's different time zones for people, and people are still working from home. And, it takes people a few minutes to get on the call. So how is the COVID situation for you in the Netherlands?
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit the same in America. It's confusing, and a lot of people are getting in fear and confused and scared, and they don't know what to do. And for me, it was also confusing because you don't know what you're in for these times or in a few months what's going to happen. Yeah, so it was confusing for me. And for you, how did it feel in America for you?
Yeah, it's terrifying at times. It's confusing, like you said. There's ups and downs. People go about their regular business. Like I know I was all up today. I was doing my work, and then I heard something on TV and something one of my patients told me, and then my mood just tanked. You feel so sad for people and what people are going through. So yeah, it's it's sort of a roller coaster, as everybody says. It's just a big roller coaster ride everyone is on. So I think all over the world it's that way, not just here, I think.
Yeah. If I watch the news, and I don't try to do it much anymore because it's confusing and fearful, scared for my parents because they're older. Yeah, and then I get scared for what happens with them if they don't get outside or have to stay at home.
Yeah.
And for my business.
Yes, I'm sure it's affecting that too, right?
Yeah.
Business.
Less clients.
Yeah. I know it's really tough times. So let me just check on one thing. What's the
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take a sip.
Yeah, take a sip of your water, and maybe we'll just get started with people. Sometimes people don't necessarily write in, but they're on the calls listening in. So I'm just going to start with our like a grounding exercise, and then I'll introduce you, and then we can get started. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I join you perfectly.
Okay. All right. So welcome everyone. Those of you who are on the call and those of you who are going to listen to the recording later, I'd like to start with a quick centering, grounding, and connecting breathing exercise, just to have us all be present here today for our session. So here we go. So please sit back in a comfortable position. Keep your eyes closed. If you're lying down, that's okay too. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, please. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Once again, inhale deeply and exhale slowly. One more time, inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Visualize a cord that extends from the top of your head, connecting you to your higher power or God or the universe. Visualize this cord running through your body along your spine and extending down into the ground and connecting you to Mother Earth. Now visualize golden light pouring into every cell of your body, centering you and energizing you. Visualize holding hands as a group. Inhale deeply, one more time, and exhale slowly, and send out love and acceptance to every member of the group on this call and those who may be listening to the recording later. We have now created a supportive environment for all of us to learn from each other's questions and comments and experiences. And just feel that circle of love that we have created and send out that positive energy to people not in your family, in your neighborhood, in your town, in your cities, in your state, in your country, and worldwide. And let this energy of love and healing flow out and visualize everyone holding hands. And now take another deep breath, please. And exhale. And now just visualize all that love and healing coming back to you. So we have just created a huge global healing circle for all of us to feel protected during these challenging times. And now you may slowly open your eyes. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So we have Sandy on our call here. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Welcome. Good to see you.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome. And we have Mary saying hi. Hi, Mary. Welcome to the call. Glad to see you. We have a special guest today. So I'd like to introduce Esther Vanderwall. I hope I'm saying that correctly, Esther.
Yeah,
Esther is from the Netherlands, and she has so kindly agreed to be on this call with us and help us to connect with your higher self in these challenging times. So I'd like to introduce her. She has been very spiritual since birth, and she is very sensitive to spirituality and the universe, and is connected to all these spiritual ways of being. She sees the full potential of people and what their true path is, and she sees what is needed right now in any situation for people's highest purpose. Esther is a very loving person. I've known her for a while now, and we talk with each other every week, so I can really give you an idea of what a loving human being she is, and extremely a highly evolved kind of a human being. And Esther's loving way makes the world a better place. She loves to help people grow in their personal lives as well as their business. And she helps people to grow into who they're really supposed to be with the help of Source or Spirit or God. She's also CEO of her company is called Jendayi. I just love that name, Esther. I've told you many times. And Jendayi, this is such a beautiful word. It's an African term, and it means giving thanks. And this is a spiritual training center that she runs in the Netherlands. and she helps you to grow into your unique self. So welcome, Esther. I'm so happy.
Thank you. I'm so thankful to be here. Thank you, Arathi, and everybody else. Thank you that I could be here. I'm so grateful.
Oh, we are grateful that you are here, and I think our audience is going to love hearing from you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Esther, when you talk about the higher self, I had a couple of questions. So maybe we should ask the audience, what do they mean by, what does one mean by higher self? So, guys, if you want to write in the chat box, what does that mean to you? Just whatever comes up for you. There's no right or wrong answer, because it just comes from our hearts, right? What is that higher self? And I can give you an answer for what that means to me. Again, I don't know if it's right or wrong. Esther, you can guide us.
There's no right and wrong.
There's no right or wrong, right? Okay, great. So for me, higher self just means, that intuition, that sense of something that tells me, that little voice for me, and that's my own intuition, I think, and it's guided for me, like it's a spiritually guided intuition that I feel, and I know it's my higher self that's speaking, because sometimes my mind might tell me one thing, but I know my higher self is going to tell me to do something, or that is for my highest good, I should say. I'm stumbling over my words here, but in my highest good. So that's what it means to me. Oh, let's see what it means to other people. So Sandy says perception. Okay, awesome, Sandy.
Yeah.
So Esther, maybe you can answer. What does that mean?
Yeah. What I've learned, and there's not only one truth, but many truths, but I just wanted to share with you what I learned, and you can see it in your own light, but it's just a guideline, what your higher self is. We all have a higher self. It's being part of human, and it's make us complete with our higher selves. We have our physical bodies, but we also have our energetic body, our aura, or whatever you call it. And we have a higher self. And we call that the causal body. Yeah, you can forget that term, but it's just a term to describe also the higher self. Right. So it's on a higher plane.
Yeah.
And it's an endless atmosphere of love and clarity and compassion. Everything is in there, but it's endless. So it's higher, but it's still connected to our physical body. So you can feel it in a meditation outside yourself or beside yourself, but you can also, just like you described it, into yourself.
Yeah. See, Mary is also saying, to her, it means the best of what we are, our whisper voice. I love that. She calls it the whisper voice. Mary, thank you for that. That's
thank you for that. A great addition also. And when we are in our highest self, excuse me, we can oversee our normal life, our normal physical body and the situations. And just like you told us, you can hear what's the best for us in love and in compassion and in wisdom.
Yeah.
And usually it's easier in meditation to go to your higher self or your inner self in a higher level. Yeah. And we can hear it easier than we're in our normal body. I have had the same. I want one thing and my higher self is telling me something else. Yeah. And it always ends that, yes, my higher self is always at the right end of the energy. But we can use the higher self to really, in love for ourselves, solve limiting beliefs or obstacles or anything we need, or just maybe some love.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do today.
Okay.
Meditation.
Yeah,
we get a little help from ourselves.
Absolutely. So let's ask the audience how everybody's feeling today, because I think you're going to help us today to, in these challenging times, how to connect with our higher selves to cope with the feelings that we're all having, right? So maybe we can ask, like, what is everybody feeling in these challenging times? So everyone, can you write in the chat box, please? And, we'd like to know, Esther and I, what are some of the feelings that are coming up for you in these challenging times?
Yeah, I'm also curious.
Yeah.
Maybe I can tell something, how I'm feeling right now in these times. Yeah, I switch a little bit from being bad and confused and sad and scared for the future, but also positive. It depends on me in which state I am.
Yeah.
But a lot of time I feel confused, scared for my parents, and scared for my business. And you, Arathi, how do you feel?
I think, So here's Dora. Dora writes she feels disappointed.
Yeah.
Right. And then Mary is writing that she feels impatient. So thank you, Dora. That was, and both of you, Mary and Dora, those are interesting feelings, right? I mean, disappointed and
I can imagine feeling depressed, how it's going, and disappointed, how it's going. Yeah, I can totally understand that.
Yeah. So, and impatient, because I think, we're all impatient to have life go back to normal. And, it's the fear of the unknown. We don't know when life is going to go back to normal. And I think that's what Sandy is writing too. She says uncertainty. She feels uncertainty in the morning. And I'm fine once I start work, but I feel scared sometimes at night. That's when we're alone with our thoughts in the night, these feelings come up as well.
Yeah, especially at night when you're trying to sleep, you start on thinking about it. Yes, I can.
Yeah. So what are some of the long-term effects if we keep feeling this way? So, maybe you guys can write in, like, what are some of because these are not just feelings that are in the here and now. What's going to happen to us? What are the long-term effects if we keep on feeling this way? Any thoughts on that for yourself, Esther, while we're waiting for people to write in?
But I heard from a lot of clients that they're scared for their business and they're feeling stressed out and burnt out. So that's a long-term effect.
Yeah.
But also that they are fearful that this is going to be our life.
Yeah.
And they really are getting sick from it also, because they're staying in that stress. And stress is so, I don't have to tell you. You see also a lot of clients, I guess, with a lot of stress and burned out and getting sick from it.
Yes. And a lot of people are losing their purpose and, getting, like you said, getting sick, always having to live this way. And, when we're sick, we live in that place of fight or flight. And so our brain is releasing cortisol and adrenaline and all these stress hormones, which make us sick, like you said. So long-term effects of this is going to last for a long time, in addition to PTSD. A lot of people, especially on the front lines, are, feeling that tremendous sense of post-traumatic stress. They will be feeling. Right now, they're in the crisis mode, trying to keep everything going, but, they will be feeling that too, right? So Sandy says, very true.
Yeah.
So
people are already getting depressed. I heard also a lot of clients getting depressed already, and I can understand it because it's confusing, it's chaos, and it's a lot to handle for a lot of people.
Yeah. So let's look at the vision of. Can you imagine? Because Esther is going to be talking about what does it feel like to imagine being in your own bliss and peace and your loving self. Like, what is that going to feel like to you, to be completely connected to your higher self and feel that sense of and be in that state of bliss and peace and love. So what would that feel like to you? Just here, Dora says, living in a new norm where we can't have the physical contact.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things too that
the fact it's not okay.
Yeah. So, Esther, maybe you can speak to that. What is the vision that you have, you can share with us when somebody is in their higher self? What would that mean, to you?
That would mean that you're connected to the universe, to the unity, to or maybe your own complete love, your wisdom. Everything is there, and compassion for yourself. So when you step into that, when you choose to do that, you can feel the love, you can have the clarity, and you can really feel united with anything and everything. You started a lovely and great meditation just before. That's also part of it. Joining hands. I love that. I really love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you step into your higher self, you can let go of the fear, let go of the sadness, let go of everything that's not needed in that situation. And you can step back into your higher self, your uniqueness, your lovingness. Yeah, and it gives peace and calmness. And yeah, I can really feel the stress already going away with me.
Going down, right? Yeah, even as you
step into the love, because that's anything that's needed now, right now. And you can really choose to do when you want to step in your higher self.
Yeah.
And complete love. Who doesn't want to feel that?
Yeah. See, Mary writes, what it means to her is suspended animation in happiness.
Yeah.
Feeling like you are suspended in a space of in a place of happiness.
It's really sinking into yourself, your core, your love, your true uniqueness, who you are in this world. You, just you, just being in yourself. Already feel it in my heart.
I'm feeling it in my heart.
Give it to you all tonight. I hope so.
I think it's just that feeling of, for me, feeling protected, feeling that it's going to be okay, like some kind of a reassurance that, yes, times are bad right now, but it's going to get better. So some hope, maybe some optimism, So Mary is asking, is this the same as prayer? What a great question.
Yeah, it's yes and no. If you're really into the prayer and you're really connected to yourself and God at this moment, so really committed, then yes, it's certainly your higher self. So yes, it's part of it. It's the part of it because you're also involved and you can be in the love also. Yeah. And especially when talking to God. Yes. Yeah. Or anybody else.
Right. Because some people may not, maybe atheists, right? But that doesn't mean that they don't have a higher self. Everybody has a higher self.
Everybody has a higher self.
If you don't believe in, in God or something, there is part of you, maybe your intuition, maybe your sense of purpose, maybe your grounded sense. I think everyone can connect to their higher power. Their higher self, regardless of whether it's prayer. So prayer, I think, you said, is part of it, definitely. For those who believe in the higher power, God or the universe, you can certainly use it as prayer.
Yeah, I want to emphasize that what you said, your higher self is there because it's part of your body. So your higher self is always there, always, to help you, protect you.
What you said just now, yeah. And it's in your heart, right? That part of us, the divine part of us, the higher self is always in here, within us, is what you're saying, in your core.
The higher self is a plane, but it's also connected to the middle of our stern.
Okay.
Next to our heart. It's always connected in there. So you can feel it from your heart upwards, and you can go to the plane or you can feel it inside yourself.
Oh, okay. So you can feel it at two different levels then.
Yeah, it's a channel. Yeah, works like a channel. So you can really feel your heart burning of love, or on the higher plane, knowing everything. So you can choose to be in your heart or in your higher self. Yeah.
So Nancy writes, when you feel connected to a higher self, it feels like love and happiness pours out of your soul.
Yeah.
What a beautiful poetic way of expressing that. That's beautiful. And then Dora asks, Esther, maybe you can answer, is your higher self your spirit?
It's really a complete thing. It's part of it. Okay. So your physical body, the energetic body, and your soul, and the higher self, that's your complete body. So it's part of it.
So the spirit is part of it. Now, is spirit and the soul the same? Is spirit and soul, in your opinion, the same? Or?
For me, everything is in the circle. So yes, for me.
Okay. But yeah, I think I agree with you on that.
In this world, we separate things to explain things.
Yeah.
It's part of it because source, universe, love, however you call it, it's always one. So we're connected to everything. You're connected to all the love. You're connected to every human.
Yeah.
So the spirit, yes, it's part of it, and it's part of one great whole.
Yeah. That's beautiful, because you just connected the dots for me as well, you know, of how, what those pieces are. Otherwise, that was confusing for me. And I think with Dora asking that question, it got us more clarity. So thank you. Thank you for that. And Dora says thank you. That was her next question.
Thank you, Dora, for giving me that feedback that your question is answered.
Yeah.
And for me, words is also not important. You can use universe or God or whatever, but for me, it's love, and the words are not important. Not in that world.
Yeah. No, that's so true. You know, it all comes back to love. You know, that's all we have, right, for each other and for everyone else. And when you connect with that loving part of ourselves, that's when the goodness of our souls just starts, you know, flowing out. And I think that is also part of that higher self that you're talking about, that core part of ourselves.
That's so beautiful said. Yeah, that's so true.
And so what is the causal body? I know you mentioned the causal body as well. So what is that?
Yeah, that's it. We have, when we go in meditation or in prayer or in ourselves, our brain is in a different frequency. Now we are in normal state, so our brain is firing and wiring and going like crazy. But if you go in meditation, you start at a normal brainwave, and then you go down in a different brainwave state. We call it frequencies. So we lower them, and you have different types of brain states. Alpha, delta. Delta is the lowest. Yeah. I don't have to tell you because you know more about.
No. I want to learn about that too. You know?
So please correct me.
But no, you're fine.
One of these states, you have different kind of states. That's a causal body. You can go higher in light by going down in your brain wave. So that's going into meditation, and then you can, when you're at ease in your mind, it's easier to connect with the light, the love, to let it also in, because in this state we're going all day and we're scared, and so we have to calm down. And the causal body is a brainwave state.
So is it the brainwave state that's the calmest? Is that the causal?
No. It's I thought it was alpha.
Okay.
I can look it up and tell also later. I can put it in a comment later. But I thought it was alpha.
Okay.
One of the first meditation states, because delta, that's very slow.
Yes, delta is the slowest.
And yes, that's a higher light state.
Yeah.
But it's too far for causal body.
Okay.
So you don't need to get as far for your higher self. So that's great. You don't have to meditate for hours to get there.
Can you get there faster, like in a shorter amount of time?
Yeah. You see, the Buddhist monks, they really meditate for hours.
Yeah.
They're in a different kind of state, so they're in a higher light, but that's another form of
Not for you and me, right? We can become.
you can get there in 1 minute if you exercise yourself 1 minute and you're there, and you can ask yourself, even I'm so trained, I can already enter my higher self by being awake. But that's practice. But everybody can do it. Just practice.
Really? So because you are trained in this, you can just get yourself in that meditative state just by being awake. You can get into your higher self. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, if I can do it, everybody can do it. Truly.
Wow. I would love to learn to do that. In that,
we can exercise. We can exercise, and maybe with some more people, we can train to do that on a fast way. Yeah, it can be easy if you want to transfer from being sad. And of course, you're allowed to be sad because that's normal. We're also human, so you're allowed to feel sad or depressed. But after 2 hours, I think, okay, I've grieved enough, or I'm depressed enough. I want to switch state to a loving state, and then I go to my higher self, and I can choose. And of course, we can't always choose, but it's great that we have a choice sometimes to change from sadness to love, compassion, and feeling great instead of depressed.
And you are able to use certain practices to do that. Is that correct?
To meditate
out of a depressed state and get yourself connected to your higher power. You can do that through meditation, like train your brain through meditation to do that.
Yeah, you can practice by the meditation. I meditate a lot, and not every day. I'm honest. I'm not very, but I meditate at least 3 times a week or 4 times a week. And now I only need to tell myself I want to switch, and then I can switch from one state to another state. And sometimes it doesn't work. I still feel fear or something else, but that's also okay because I'm still human, and we can feel whatever we need. Sometimes grief or sadness. It's the choice to go.
And I think it's important to acknowledge, and I'm so glad you're saying that we are human, that we have human feelings, and you can't run away from that or deny them. So we have to acknowledge those feelings and work on getting ourselves out of it. But the initial reaction to something, because we're human, we're going to have it, however much you might be evolved. Maybe the Buddhist monks are able to stay in that evolved state the whole time. But for you and me who are still, attempting to do this, at least I should speak for myself, I say it's okay to feel these feelings, but let's not stay in these feelings. Let's not live in these feelings for a long time where we then get sick. So what you're teaching us is that we can step out of these negative feelings and get ourselves into being able to connect with our higher selves through meditation and through some practices.
Yeah, and I made it pretty easy because I love simple and easy.
Yeah.
Because if I don't understand it, how should anybody else understand it? So I always like to make it easy and fast because I don't have the time of the world. Nobody has.
Yeah.
Yes, we're more at home. That's true.
Yeah.
But still, we got a lot to do in a day. So.
Yeah. So, Esther, what are, I know you're going to teach us a meditation in a few minutes, so maybe another 5 minutes. But in the meantime, what are some long-term benefits of being in your higher self that, you can address maybe? And maybe people can write into what you think.
Let me know.
Can train our brain. And today, Esther is going to teach us a meditation, right, that will help us to follow. And you also have some other things we are going to be posting in our Seeking Happiness group. So after this call, please join our Seeking Happiness Seeking Happiness with Dr. Arathi Rao. That's our free Facebook group. And so Esther is, we are posting her handout in there. So it's going to be a wonderful.
And the meditation. That's a free gift.
Yeah, there are a couple of others, little meditations. What are the free gifts?
Oh, there's one gift, sorry, but one meditation, the meditation, so you can rewind it whenever you want, when you need it.
Oh,
so you can do it anytime, any place. Just take it with you.
Awesome.
Meditation.
Yeah, that's so generous of you, Esther. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm sure everybody else is too, because we're all looking, in these challenging times, we're all looking to find some solace, some peace. And that's why, I've been doing these sessions every Wednesday night, is just to give some sort of support and some kind of solace or comfort to people. So this is so wonderful to have to learn a practice from you. So before we get there, maybe you can just address this, and then you can, we can talk about, you can do your meditation. What are some of the long-term benefits of being in your higher self?
Now, first of all, you're getting a peaceful mind and a calm and relaxed body.
Yeah.
And that gives later on the results that your immune system, is working better, because the stress is relieved. So you can give your body some peace, and it gets better in your immune system again. And if you do the meditation, you're also going on in life with a positive mind state.
Yeah.
So in any situation, you can act with love and act with kindness and act with a peaceful mind.
Yeah.
So that can give a lot for your daily life. And you can also help others to go to their higher self, or teach them how to go to your higher self, or help them with your higher self. So you can do a lot.
There's a real effect then, right? Because you're helping then not only yourself, but you are able to help other people around us, our family members or our friends and others who are feeling sad or down. You're able to then uplift them as well.
Yes,
so it's very powerful.
I think the greatest thing is that you're in a love state, and you can lead your life in that love state, and that's better for everything.
Yeah.
For yourself, for people around you, for your body, for your spirit, for everything.
Yeah.
So that's
an image is coming up for me, because I always think in metaphors, and the image for me is, with what you're saying, when we connect to our higher selves, we create like an oasis in a desert. So there's this desert out there, and there's no water there, and everything's dried up, and everything looks, kind of stressful out there. But we can create this little oasis of calm, of love, of peace, of compassion, of empathy, right, for each other, and connectedness. We can create that little space in which we can live when we are connected to our higher power. And we can always go to that peaceful place when we are feeling stressed out in the desert around us. And we are really surrounded by desert right now, in the sense of everything just feels like so burnt out, and just there's nothing really growing in the desert. But in our little oasis, we can feel nourished, because there's water in the oasis, there's trees, palm trees in the oasis, and we can nourish ourselves. That's just my own image that came up for me.
And make the flowers bloom again, because we can also let ourselves bloom again in this kind of world.
Yeah.
Just feeling the love and opening your heart and making your own flower open up. And you can spread what your passion, and to other people.
Yeah. Wow, that's just beautiful, Esther. Can't wait for the meditation. So let's just ask people if there's any quick questions anybody has before Esther goes into this wonderful meditation she has planned to do with us. So please write in if there are any questions or comments. so that we can, Esther will be happy to answer that. And then we can, I'll have Esther teach us, guide us through her meditation. So let's just give them like a minute or so to see if anybody has any questions. And if
maybe
not,
I can explain what this meditation is about.
Yeah, why don't you do that while, people have questions they can still ask, but you can, why don't you tell us about what it is?
Yeah, in this meditation, of course, we're going to start with to calm our mind, because then in a calm mind, we can enter our higher self state or higher self. And first off, after we have a calm mind, we're going to empty we're going to clean ourselves, let everything go that's not needed anymore. Then we are receiving some new refreshing energies from spirit, universe, or however you call it. And then we are stepping in our higher selves, feel the love, feel the clarity. And then we take a simple situation, what we want to solve during the day. So something small, not too terrible. And then we let the answer come to us in love and light and clarity and everything that's there. And then we can take that with us in our daily life. And at last, the last piece is that we feel the higher love, the higher self, and we take it back with us into our daily lives. So we have a great start of the day. So that's going to be the meditation. So the people are knowing what's coming. And
okay, wow, that sounds beautiful. Thank you, Esther. So maybe we can, maybe we can get started. I know it takes you about 15, 20 minutes, right? So so I think we should get started. I don't see any questions coming in. So, so let's get started.
Yeah, you can do this meditation whenever you need it. But the best time is in the morning, so you can take your higher self into your day.
Mm-hmm.
So find a peaceful place. If you're sitting or lying, it doesn't matter in what state you want to do this. And you can already close your eyes if you like to, and put your hands upwards to the sky on your lap. And just relax and sit down. And I'm also putting my hands on my lap. And first, we're gonna breathe, because if you know where your breath is, you're in your body. I'm also gonna close my eyes right now. I invite you to do the same. And when you know where your breath is, it's totally fine if it's in your belly or in your upper lungs. It doesn't matter, because now you know you're in your body. And you can even sigh to let already go of some energy you don't need anymore. And you are safe where you're sitting. And remember that my voice is coming everywhere, reaching wherever you are. You're in a safe place. And when you're breathing, you're more and more relaxing. And when you're more and more relaxing, your breath is going slower and easier. And now imagine that the universe or God or spirit or source is opening a little doorway into the crown of your head, your crown chakra, in the top of your head. And first of all, we're gonna go into our head and let go of the stress, the fear, the sadness. Give it permission to let go, and it's streaming down into your feet, into Mother Earth. And you don't have to do anything. Just give it permission to let go. And anything that's not needed anymore, depression or fear, or just let it go, sadness. And now into your head, the color purple is coming just for your head, into the little doorway from the universe. And it can be a dark purple or a light purple or even another color, but you're getting exactly what you needed. And this color purple is for learning different, how to learn different. And it's just for your head, and it sparkles into your head, it flows. And every cell in your head is filled with this color, learning to think differently. And now your head is filled with the color purple. Now the energy is going down from your throat, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, streaming out of your hands. And just let go again of the sadness. And notice that your body is already knowing how to let go, how easy it's getting. Just let go of stress, panic, or anything that's not needed anymore. And give it permission in love. Let go. And into your neck and your throat and your shoulders and your arms and your hands is the color gold. And gold is for dealing and acting with honesty. And there can even be sparkles in it, or just solid gold or light gold. But you're getting exactly what you need right now, right here. And it's flowing so much easier than before. Yes, and then let go of all the stress in your chest, your back, your lungs, and your heart. And release all the sorrow from your heart. All the stress, all the pressure from your chest downwards to your feet. And the color pink is flowing into your heart, into your lungs, into your chest, in the front and the back. And pink is for love, self-love, loving yourself. And feel how the pink is flowing in. Notice what it's giving you. And feeling all the cells. You don't have to do anything. Just flows into you. And now your belly and your pelvis and all the organs in there. And your hips. Let go of the stress, anxiety, or depression. Let it go in love. I'm giving it permission to flow out of me. And the color blue is streaming in there, in your belly, in your organs, in your hips, in your pelvis. And the blue is for confidence, confidence in yourself, self-confidence. And at least now we're at our legs and feet. Let go of the stress. Let go of anything you don't need until now, because you don't need anything right now. And we're letting go. And the color green is coming in. Green Esther. And this color is giving you the connection with Mother Earth and tightening you on Mother Earth. And when we connect our feet to Mother Earth, she will flow from her core of love into your feet, slowly into your legs, and going up into your spine, up to your head slowly and with love, with her love. Going out to the doorway in your head, up to the universe. Going to get the highest light that's possible for now, for you especially, the highest light for you and for the next coming days. And the universe is coming back into your head with the light, going down your spine and your legs into the ground and taking anything that was left into Mother Earth, and she will make new energy from it. And she comes back up to your legs with love, into your spine, to the doorway, to the universe to get the highest possible light for you today. Coming back again through your spine into Mother Earth, taking anything that was left into Mother Earth. And for the last time, Mother Earth is coming back into your body, mixing up with the highest light in all your cells. Now you are connected with Mother Earth and the universe, the highest light. And on the solar plexus, it's now connected. So you're not connected to Mother Earth, and to the universe in your solar plexus, just below your belly. And then from the universe, you're getting a blanket to protect the energy that you have inside. Nobody can get to it. And this blanket can be any color. So notice what color did you get? How does it feel to get this color of blanket? Know that the blanket is really here to protect you. Nobody can get your energy. It's your energy. You're gonna keep it all of these days with you. Then around you, you're getting a boundary of a meter in a circle around you. You decide who can cross this boundary, who can come in. Your father or your mother or your partner or your children or even universe, source, spirit. This boundary is going to protect you against what you don't want. You can invite anybody in. And underground, if this boundary, there's going to be a special color for you. And know that you're right now are in your power colors. You are protected by the blankets and by your boundary, and you're connected to Mother Earth and your the higher lights. So feel how this feels in this kind of state of energy. And now the higher light you are connected by your solar plexus is going to take you up to your higher self. You don't have to do anything. Just see it like a cloud or maybe an elevator, taking you slowly up to the higher platform of love and clarity and compassion, and all the wisdom is in there. Everything you need is in there. And now you're slowly dropped on the platform. Feel how this feels. You can sit down or keep on standing on this plane. And feel the love and light and everything that's there pouring into you. How does that feel? You can see it, feel it. It surrounds you. You don't have to do anything because you belong there. This is you, your unique you. And let it fill you up. All of your cells completely filled with this love, clarity, wisdom. And now to help us in our daily lives, in this love, pick a situation you want to oversee or know the answer for, and take a small situation you want to solve. And visualize the question into yourself. You can say it aloud in your head. And say the situation, because then your higher self knows what to solve. You can ask the question right now into your head. And the answer can come in words or even images, or you can feel it. Or maybe it's just love. Maybe there's somebody with you, or a lot of people with you over there, or just your higher self telling you. What others saying to you? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? And feel that it comes in love, in clarity, in wisdom, in compassion for yourself. Maybe you see only colors, or just some light, or just feel the love and just know the answer. I'm gonna give you a minute to listen. And now that we heard the answer, or know the answer, or just received some love, some compassion for ourselves, thank your higher self, because it's great to be grateful. Thank you, higher self. And before we go back, we're gonna receive all our higher self love and compassion again, because we can take it with us. So let yourself be full of love again, full of insights, full of compassion for yourself, because you're worth it. You're so worth it. You're loved. Loved by yourself in self-love, loved by the universe, source, and even Mother Earth. So let yourself sink into that love. Sink into the gratefulness. Let yourself immerse into this love. It surrounds you. It flows through you and into you, into your heart, into your mind. Surrounded by this great love. And with this love, your highest self is gonna let you sink into your body and know that you're taking everything with you into this life, into the daily life again. Anything will be with you. So higher self is gonna let you sink slowly into your feet. And feel how it feels. Filled up with this love, this compassion, with all the colors, with the blankets and your boundary. Now, even when our opening eyes in 1 minute, you're taking this with you in your daily life for the coming days. Your higher self is with you, always. So always also with his love. So when you're in your feet with this love and all the colors, wiggle your toes slowly and your hands. Wiggle your hands slowly. And start breathing again, because when you're breathing, you're back into your body. Full with love, full with energy. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back, your unique soul and your higher self. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was just phenomenal. Thank you so much, Esther. That was so beautiful. And, you know, I felt my whole body just tingling and a lot of energy. And my blanket was my purple blanket, which is really the color that in fact, I'm wearing purple today in honor of your session, because to me, purple is the color of, you know, divine color. And I connect with that. So my blanket was purple as well. It was just so beautiful. The whole, all the colors coming in, and I could feel it in my heart. And I'm in a state of bliss and joy right now. So thank you.
Me too. It was an honor to do this for you guys, for all of you. You're unique. You're unique souls. So I want to share the love with you guys and with you, Arathi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I know people are thanking you. Mary says thank you. Cindy said, loved it. I love the use of the colors. You know, people are writing in and thanking you as well. And you just have such a calmness about you, and so much love that you put out as yourself. And I think everybody's connecting to that. You know, your meditation is it's a part of you, and what you put out was that love that you have for everybody. That really showed through the meditation, and I could feel it. And I really so very grateful, Esther. You stayed up in the night, as people who may have joined us later. Esther is from the Netherlands, and it's 3 a.m. there right now.
Yeah.
Here she is with us. So
I don't feel time anymore.
And Sandy says, thank you very much. I truly enjoyed it. So people are really connecting to your beauty. And you have such a calming, soothing voice about you too, which really helped. Carol says, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
People are writing in. Nancy says, I also enjoyed this very much, especially the colors. Thank you. I love the sound of your voice. I agree. Nancy, Esther has a beautiful voice, so calming and so loving. You're such a beautiful soul, Esther, and I really, again, thank you so much. And so I'd also like to...
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us. And thank you to every one of you who stayed up and joined us on this wonderful session. So many people have joined, you know, come online, and there are many more who listen to it. We get hundreds of people from all over the you know, not just the US, but from other parts of the world as well, that join later on because of time differences, etc. So I really thank you all. And a big shout out and thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the frontline people, the healthcare workers, the doctors, the nurses, the technicians, the cleaners, the janitors, the mail carriers, grocery store workers, law enforcement people, trash collectors, and on and on. If I missed anyone, it's not because I don't count you all. The paramedics, I mean, and on and on. The list is so big. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart, because you put yourselves on the front lines. You're fighting this enemy so that the rest of us can stay home and stay safe. And you guys are putting your lives on the line. And we cannot thank you enough. So a big shout out and a big, you know, thank you to everybody. And also our love and sympathy and empathy goes out to all the family members of people who have lost loved ones. You know, just in the US, we have lost over 70,000 people. So our condolences and empathy and heartfelt sympathy goes out to everybody who has been affected by this terrible invisible enemy. So we're all in this together. And with the help of people like beautiful people like Esther and all the other people who are here to support us, I think we will all get through this. If we, again, the message is through love, right, Esther? It's just with love, and compassion and empathy. I think we can fight this enemy and hopefully get on the other side of it. So
I truly believe in it. Yes. Love is the only way. Love is the only way.
Love does conquer everything, right? I mean, it's not just a cliche. I think there's so much truth to it. And your beautiful meditation just, I think, awakened that in all of us, And so Sandy writes, let's see, the colors put it into a prescriptive, a great prescriptive, she says.
Yeah.
And she says, thanks to both of you. Your voice is beautiful, Esther.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, guys, for all the great compliments. Thank you so much for giving me love back. It feels great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And everybody, thank you all for showing up here today. We'll see you next Wednesday again. Please, those of you who haven't joined our free Facebook group, please do. It's called Seeking Happiness with Dr. Arathi Rao. And in the files section, you're going to find Esther's beautiful, she's given us a meditation gift, right?
Yeah,
and a lovely handout. So thank you, Esther, for those gifts.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Please go to the group and you can access what Esther has for you. And also this, you can listen to our session today over and over again for her beautiful voice and her beautiful meditation. You can listen to it over and over again and get this wonderful effect that we got today. So once again, thanks, Esther.
Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you. Great love.
Great love to you. And I'll talk to you soon. And thank you, everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Well, stay safe. See you next Wednesday. Bye.